We can't
If you order a big topper, yeah.
I'm talking about the one.
Special orders on big topper have been done away with.
She don't understand.
Okay, if anybody orders a big topper, that's how they can get some big topper. You know, a lot of times they want to leave off the onions, leave off the mushrooms, or add green olives, and do this.
You can't add or take away, right?
A big topper is a big topper. It's just like the Priazos. You know, we've always said on Priazo, you order a Priazo just like it is, no deviations. That's the way big toppers are now.
Thank you.
So you may have to explain that to the customer, and just tell them if they want to get a pizza like they want like that, that we'd be glad to fix it on personal hand. We can fix them up any way. We don't have specs for big topper. We don't even have a way to price them. We've always put 40 cents, but that was just, you know, that stop it. There's nobody that told us to do that. It's just the way we were doing it. So we're not supposed to do that. Now, on the personal pan, it's 30 cents for each additional topper. But, you know, if you get in somebody that just really gets hacked off about that, and get somebody in management, and we'll try to work it out somehow. But we're not going to make some exceptions on this. You know, we're just going to have to. We kind of got in a bad situation. It's hard enough back there at lunchtime sometimes without having to change all them big toppers around. Okay. The schedules. Andy's going to start helping me on the schedules, starting with next one. So, your request for time off and things like that need to be given to Andy from here on. He's going to be helping with schedules. Ain't much else I can say about that. Just remember to give your request for time off to Andy. And he's going to work with you like I have until he learns what everybody can do and what everybody can't do. And also, I want to pass around another piece of paper. And on this piece of paper, write down if there's a time when you cannot work. I know everybody in here's got different little things that they're doing time to time. There's a time period when you absolutely cannot work. Write it down. I don't want to know when you can work. I want to know when you can't work. Okay? And I pretty much know it already, but Andy don't. So we need to have a list of that, too. And don't just make up something. I want it to be legitimate. I pretty much know most of y'all. Don't put down something that ain't right. Just so you don't have to work. You got a pen? Okay. Thermostat. This is a little bitty one here, but stop messing with thermostats. Let me mess with thermostats.
Green room.
Every time, there's certain ways that thing, electricity is extremely expensive, folks. And when you turn the thermostat all the way down or all the way up, it don't do a bit of good, it just makes the unit run. That's all it does. The thermostat, the way it works is if you set it on 80, the unit will run until it reaches 80 and then it will cut off. You don't do a bit of good to turn it on 90. It's just going to run and run and run and run and run. And the same applies for cooling. Of course, we're not using cooling too much right now, but the other day somebody turned the thing on the air conditioner and had it all the way over. All that does is it makes the unit run. And it lights up. So I tried every morning I set those things.
But I know how to come off that cold.
If you get hot or just inform me or whoever's in charge of the temperature. Don't just go up there and start adjusting those thermostats because we got 3 and they all need, you know, if you got 2 on heat and 1 on cooling, you know, that don't make a lot of sense. I've been finding all these different things. So everybody just don't mess with thermostats. Either tell me, Andy, Cheryl, or Wanda, and let us mess with thermostats. Because you just don't realize how much extra it costs on utility bills when those things are improperly set. It costs a lot of money to run this stove, electricity-wise. And you can save a lot of money just by having the thermostat set properly. I don't want to freeze nobody out. I don't want to burn nobody out. I just want to let the management people take care of the thermostats and not, if one of the employees gets cold, they turn the heat up to 90. You know, that's not the way I want it to work. Just let us know, and we'll take care of it. Another thing about the schedules I meant to say a while ago that I forgot is sometimes I have a problem. Is everybody listening? Sometimes I have a problem with people coming in way too early and clocking in way before they're supposed to clock in. Now, whatever time's on your schedule is what time you're supposed to clock in. If it says 5, don't clock in at 4:15 if you're here early. Wait until the earliest I want you to clock in is 5 minutes before your shift starts. Because I don't know, when I'm doing the payroll, and Cheryl's going to be doing the payroll, so she's going to be one that's getting upset about this stuff. But I've seen enough of it, and I know what's going on. And I don't think people doing it on purpose. They just think, well, I'll clock in so I don't forget. I'd rather you forget and write it down later than to be using up hours when we could use them somewhere else that's more necessary. So if you're supposed to be here at 5, don't clock in before 5 minutes till. If you're supposed to be here at 11, don't clock in before 5 minutes to 11. Now if there's a need for it and the manager tells you to clock in, then clock in. Get him to sign the card, or her, so that Cheryl will know that that was okay. Well, I'm going to be instructing Cheryl to be getting on to people that's clocking in when they're not working. And they're not supposed to be on the clock. That takes away from everybody. Okay. Where's that book? Now these are a lot of just little miscellaneous items I'm going over. They're not related, so I just want everybody to get what I'm saying. Just a lot of little things that's been coming up. And this is another thing here, has to do with ammonia. I don't know who did this. It's just a real good example, and it's just sitting there this morning. And all ammonia, all cleaning supplies are supposed to be put up. Now that costs 5 points on health inspection. I get a citation to go with it. If one of these is just sitting there. That's one little thing. And that rack that's by the 3-compartment sink there is not the cleaning rack. I know sometimes you bring bleach in there, or ammonia or whatever, but when you get through, take it back to the office. That rack by the office is the cleaning rack. When you're through with any type of cleaning supply, that's where it goes, by the office. Another thing about cleaning supplies, there's two kinds in particular I want to talk about. One of them is ammonia. As you can all see, this is straight ammonia. That stuff back there is concentrated. When you make up an ammonia bottle, you're supposed to put 2 ounces of ammonia, of that ammoniated cleaner. There's a line right there at the bottom, the very first line. That's how much ammonia you put in there, and then you fill it up with water. It'll be light pink when it's properly made. This stuff right here takes the skin off, spray it on there. It's real concentrated, and we're not supposed to be using it straight like this, because it's very abrasive, and also it costs a lot of money when you start wasting it. And we go through way too much ammonia around here. And one other thing, that silverware cleaner that we got, that's some real good stuff, and everybody wanted it real bad. And it's the same thing as, what's that other stuff called? It's Soil Master. It's got a different name, but it's Soil Master. It's the same stuff. It's just concentrated. And believe it or not, one of those little round things back there is $25. I don't know if y'all know that or not. $25 for one of those little canisters. And that should last a long time. I put it over the 3-compartment sink because I thought that was a good place to put it. That's not soap to clean circles with. Or it's not soap to set up the dishwashing sink with. I think that might have been happening from time to time. I don't know. The only purpose for that whatsoever is silverware cleaner.